Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. Of course, today was New Comic Book Day, which means right now is New Comic Book Video Day. Before we get started, I hope everybody had a safe and fun Halloween. And for this video, we are going to show books I picked up last week, since I didn't get a chance to show those because I picked them up after Wednesday. This week's books, and then some older books I picked up in the last week because I'm getting a positive response on that from you, the viewer, so we're going to keep that going. So let's jump right into the books I picked up. This is Jughead the Hunger #1. These are from last week, and this is kind of an Afterlife with Archie tie-in. I hope this book comes out with a lot more regularity than Afterlife did because it made it a hard read because it was 3 and 4 months between books. So far, so good. Let's just hope that they've learned from that and get them out more frequently. Part of the metal tie-ins, this is Batman the Merciless #1. If you buy these books, every week you get a pin every week. So I just been kind of putting the pin set together. So that was #1 on that. Part of the Oz Effect #4. This is Action Comics #990. Really cool cover there. And of course, next year is going to be Action Comics #1000. 1,000 issues of a book is absolutely mind-boggling. So I look forward to see what they're going to do with #1000. They haven't really announced anything, but you know for #1000, it's going to be huge. I'm sure comic shops are going to have midnight openings so they can get the books out there. So I really look forward to seeing down the road what they're going to do for that. Back to the books. Wonder Woman Rebirth 33. Excuse me. Batman Detective 967. That's another one that's going to be close to getting up to 1,000. Detective Comics. Batwoman Rebirth #8. And of course, I always show these. This is local writer Dan Mendoza. Zombie Tramp. This is #40. This is cover 1. Cover 2. This cover, though, yeah, this was right here, cover 2. And then part of the Origins storyline that he also has. This is #4, cover 1. And this is a different cover of #4 Origins. That's what I picked up last week. It was not a really big week, but still some nice books overall. Let me get these in order here. From Boundless, we've talked about this. Good following on this book. This is Jungle Fantasy #6. Cover 1, cover 2. Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica #2. It's kind of just a little fun book. Nothing great, but it's a good little book. Picked up another one of these. Deadpool vs. Old Man Logan, blank variant #1. Kind of a book that went under the radar. It wasn't a real thick book. I was kind of disappointed. I was expecting a little bit more for something as iconic as this. This is Superman 800. This is the 800th issue of Superman. Now, I had a conversation with the guy at the shop because he was like, it's not number 800 because it says 34. This is part of the Rebirth storyline, so they kept the Rebirth numbering to make it number 34, but it is actually the 800th issue of Superman right there. And quite frankly, DC, very small, nothing fancy. You dropped the ball on it. So I was a little disappointed in number 800. Let's hope you do better with Action and Detective when they get closer to their #1000 marks. Part of, again, like we said, the tie-ins, the metal cover for metal tie-ins. This is Batman the Devastator #1. Walking Dead 173. Been a couple of weeks that the show has been on. Moving a little slow right now. I know they're trying to build it up to the, all-out war storyline that they're going on, and I know something big's going to happen, but I hope they pick it up a little bit in the next couple of weeks. Batman #34, Rebirth. And the last book I picked up today is #2. We talked about the #1, how I thought it was going to be a really good story. This is #2 of an 8-part series. This is Batman White Knight #2. I read this today, and I'm telling you, I really enjoy this book. I like what they're doing with it. I enjoy the storyline, how the Joker is kind of having an inner struggle with who he is now and who he was before, and kind of showing Batman in a different light. And in the #2, there was a good twist with 2 Harley Quinns. So if you're not seeing this, you can kind of see how this is kind of laying the groundwork for you know, either a movie, something. It's a really good book, and I think it's something that, you know, is definitely going to catch on. Batman White Knight. If you haven't got it, get it and take a look at it. I think you're going to enjoy it. So with that said, let's look at some of the older books I picked up in the last probably 5-6 days. Good prices on these books here. Book number 1, I graded it Fine Plus, Justice League of America, number 71, right there. Superman 192 from 1967 VG. Someone's going to be getting a little spanking right there. Justice League number 70. Justice League of America number 70. Fine Minus. Really cool cover. This is a Neal Adams cover. Really nice book right there. This is another Neal Adams cover I picked up from 1968. I graded this also a Fine Minus. This is Justice League of America number 66. You can just tell Neal Adams right out of the box when it's a Neal Adams cover. There's that. And then this one I picked up today. This was a book that I picked up, and I was pretty happy with it. It's a pretty sought-after book. It's a Daredevil book from 1966. I graded it a Fine Minus. Now, of course, this is Daredevil number 16. Now, this is John Romita Sr.'s first work with Spider-Man. It's right here. Now, the best part about this book is I got it at a really good price, and it is signed on the first page by John Romita. Not Junior, the John Romita, which I thought was really, really good. Now, again, you're seeing a pattern here of the books I picked up. 12-cent books. There's another look at that nice Daredevil. Again, sorry for the glare. Someone asked me what I did. This is a book that's in regular Mylar here. I always put Mylar, but this is in a harder case as well as the Mylar because it's just more of an iconic book. It's a low-numbered Daredevil. Mid-grade Daredevil, again, like we talked about. 5 to 7.5 is mid-grade. 8 and above is a higher grade. But it's iconic in the sense that it's got 2 iconic figures on it, Daredevil and the Spider-Man. It's also a key issue, in my opinion, because it's John Romita's first work with Spider-Man and has a signature on it. That's like a triple crown right there. So there is that. So that's what I picked up. So I had a person who sent me some messages, and I am going to do a grading video where I actually grade books on the computer, or not on the computer, but on the video, and kind of show the way I do things. And they also asked the type of bags I used. Again, I know I showed these in other videos, but the bags I like to use are the BCW polypropylene bags for thicker comics. It gives you a little bit more space and a little bit more room. The books aren't so tight in there right here. Now, as it relates to the bags and boards, I don't care too much about that. I don't care too much about the bags and board, or about the boards. The bags, that's the only bag I'll use. So if I go to the comic shop and I pick up some comics, I just put them in, change out my bags. Another thing I picked up this week, I picked this up at my friend Joe's shop. And this is a very good storyline. This is The Long Halloween. This was number 1. Number 2. My favorite cover, number 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Another really cool cover on this one. This is number 9. I always like that cover as well. 10. 11. 12. And the final, number 13. All first print, all super high grade, except for one. One book wasn't, you know, really high grade, but it wasn't one of the key books. It had a little bit of issues with it, but still, it is a complete Long Halloween run, which is extremely sought after, which is very popular. And of course, you know they're going to do something with this storyline because it's just got all the pieces of a great television show, or excuse me, a movie or something of that nature. So I picked up the Long Halloween set, and again, that was at my friend's place, you know, at the indoor swap meet. Joe, stop by, tell him Daniel sent you, and he's got some nice things there that you might find interesting if you're ever in town. Of course, I am still working on getting my place opened up. That is going to happen. And if you're in Las Vegas this weekend, there is going to be the Las Vegas Comic Book Festival at the Las Vegas Public Library on Flamingo. It's a one-year event. It happens once a year. It's really big. Unfortunately, I will not be there this year because I have to work. But, you know, if you're into that stuff, stop by, take a look. It's always a good time. So that's what I picked up this week. It's kind of a ramble-on video. Sorry about that, but I do appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the positive comments I'm getting. And I'm going to continue doing these videos because I'm just getting an outreaching of love, and I really appreciate that. So I hope you liked the video. But as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next week.